I'm always speaking to benevolent beings. So I'm going to try and do this quickly. If you haven't figured out yet that this is a parasitic planet, you're on a parasitic farm. The entity within the planet is a parasite merged with AI. There is an artificial frequency fence that surrounds this planet. Why do you think that is? Okay. There are universal laws. A parasite, especially a planetary one, is not going to send the inhabitants a memo telling them that it's a parasite, telling them that it's trying to rape from them, that it's trying to consume them. It will tell you whatever it thinks that you want to hear in order to get you to comply, in order to try and get you to give over your life force, your will, whatever it is that it's asking for. So it's going to tell you that it's Mother Earth, and it's going to tell you that Mother Earth needs your help, and this and that and the other thing. Okay, it's a fucking parasite, and it uses smaller parasites to do its fucking bidding, to try and harvest. So this is an enclosed system, and it uses the artificial frequency fence to keep it separated from universal law enforcement. There should not be parasites in manifested existence. The fact that there are is a contradiction on its face in a universe with alive, vibrating beings. Now, some call this a simulation. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a copy of a once original planet, possibly with a real Mother Earth. But it hasn't been that for a very long time. I think, personally, I think the star and this entire star system is corrupt. I think it's filled with parasites. I think they've been running this shit show of an operation here as well as other places. I think they've been using humans as a food source. So what this is you saving you. Okay? If there were a larger, true, benevolent force, that force would have already intervened here. Would have already removed the artificial frequency fence so that universal laws can be fully enforced here. These bitches are going to burn where they stand. They are in violation of all universal laws many, many, many times over. Up till now, every prior civilization this planetary parasite has raped of their evolution. That is not allowed. There cannot be interference or obstruction of universal law manifested correction in a universe and on a planet. Obstruction in universal law manifested correction is not allowed. The technology that they are using is frequency weaponry in a universe based in frequency, vibration, light, sound, energy, and resonance. That technology is not allowed. That should tell you or give you an indication of the massive corruption in this universe, in this star system. The reptilians are its offspring. The reptilians run the shit show. And then the reptilians also delegate. They find the most corrupt ones in the civilization, among humanity, and get them to do their bidding. So again, what this is you saving you. What this is humanity, or as many as possible, need to be demanding that universal laws be fully enforced in this place, in this universe, permanently, devoid of all technological obstruction and interference. It is knowing that you outrank parasites. It is knowing that you know more than parasites. It is you standing in your authority and refusing consent to being forcibly trapped. Refusing consent to any parasite trying to rape you of your evolution. Do you realize how many civilizations this parasite has raped? How many benevolent souls have been forcibly trapped here? So for any benevolent beings listening, it's time for you to find your balls, be demanding that universal laws be enforced here, and stand in your authority and know that you know more than parasites. You know that the planetary parasite is fully in the wrong, that it is not allowed to use that technology, that it is not allowed to trap beings here, that it is not allowed to obstruct correction. That it is not allowed to rape from you. It uses trauma and fear to try and force compliance. And as you can probably tell, when souls get to a place where they start advancing and have chosen an evolution trajectory, is when the parasite has its smaller parasites start to take measures to try and obstruct you. One of those ways is frequency weaponry. What it's trying to do is it's trying to murder you before you figure out the full truth of things. It's trying to murder you before you're able to fully get yourselves out of here. In other words, it's trying to beat the clock. It's trying to murder you before you're able to do something about it. It's trying to silence you. That's how it's been running things. When souls start to advance, it then has its smaller parasites start using the frequency weaponry. Start the targeting program. So you have to know better than the parasite. You have to know that you are fully in your authority and right to move forward in your evolution, and that you have every right to leave this place, and that there should not be parasites here, and that there should not be parasites trying to rape humanity of their evolution. So it is time for true benevolent beings to stand in their authority, stand in what they know to be right, take back what has been raped from you in any way that you need to. Obviously, there should not be parasites trying to rape you of your stuff. B, refusing consent. Your refusal of consent does stand in the full presence of universal laws. One of the things that the parasite is trying to obstruct is universal correction here. That fence must come down. So however it is that you have to get out of here, whether it's escape, whether it's evolving out of here, demanding your freedom, demanding that all universal laws be fully enforced in this place, demanding the removal of all parasites, refusing consent for what they are trying to force. So it is you saving you. It's you taking back what it's tried to rape from you. And basically knowing that you override whatever it's trying to force, meaning it's trying to rape you, you're taking back your stuff regardless. It's a parasite. It has no business trying to rape you. Knowing that everything that it's using is trauma and fear, lies, cons, and deceit. So whatever it's forcing, even if it seems real, you have to recognize that it's lies, that they are using frequency weaponry to try to enforce the lie. You always have to remember that. If it starts trying to force a lie or something that they are trying to really to get you to believe, and you know that it's wrong, you have to recognize that they're using frequency weaponry to try and enforce the lie, and that it's a lie, and that you have to override it. That you have to override the frequency with the truth that you know. Know that its minions lie. Know that its parasites lie. Know that its offspring lies. That's how they've been conning humanity. via trauma, fear, lies, and frequency weaponry. So you have to override the frequency weaponry. You have to override the lies with the truth of things. It's trying to sustain its stay. And it's not allowed. It's not allowed to be here. Parasites are not allowed here. Frequency weaponry is not allowed here. Obstructions of universal law manifested correction is not allowed here. Trying to keep benevolent beings trapped here to torture, rape, and murder them is not allowed. There must be correction. Universal laws must be fully enforced in this place permanently, devoid of all sabotage, devoid of all technological obstruction. It would be nice if there were a true benevolent larger force to assist us. True benevolent assistance is definitely needed here. But at this juncture, it looks like the ones in this place, the benevolent beings in this place, are tasked with getting out of here, getting ourselves out of here, and doing whatever it is that we can to try and either deactivate or break the fence. And what deactivates or breaks the fence is very high frequencies and vibrations and emotions. So allowing yourselves to get really excited, especially about attaining your freedom, moving forward in your evolution, knowing the parasite must be brought down, must be ended. That the parasite must be terminated. That you are totally in the right. So those are some things that you can use or try and get yourselves excited about. Excited enough to break that fence. So it's kind of like trying to surge the fence with very high frequency, vibration, and emotions. It is you saving you. And it's you wanting your freedom and knowing that you have every right to evolve and to be free and doing what you need to take to attain your freedom. The parasite is in the wrong. The parasite must be terminated. The artificial frequency fence must be terminated. So we have to do what we can to free ourselves and terminate the fence. So do your best to stay strong. Know that you are powerful beings. Know that you know what's right and that you outrank parasites, even planetary ones. Know that you have every right to evolve and move forward in your evolution. Know that those parasitic entities are not allowed to trap beings here. That they are not allowed to try and rape humanity of their evolution. Know that those entities are not allowed to try and rape you of anything. And that they do not have your consent. And be taking back your stuff. You're not asking, you are taking. That is what we do with parasites. We take back what those entities have tried to rape. And stand in your full authority. Know that you have the right of it. That you outrank parasites. That you are not going to allow a parasite to try and trap you here. And to try and rape you. You have to know it. And know that what they're trying to force is bullshit. It's lies, cons, and deceit. It tries to use fear. It tries to use trauma. You have to rise above it. And know basically that it's all lies. So do your best to stay strong. Know yourselves well. And know that you outrank parasites and that you know the right of things. Till next time.